Hello, everybody. Today we're taking a look at the G.I. Joe Classified series, the 60th anniversary Infantry Soldier. And also, happy birthday to me. As I'm filming this, is my birthday today. It won't be uploaded on my birthday, but it is my birthday today. This is, of course, like I said, the 60th anniversary. This is the anniversary figure of the original wave of original G.I. Joe, the 12-inch ones, brought down to the classified scale. And I think that's really cool. So far, we have this one, and then we have the Scuba Soldier. They're working on a Marine and an Air Force one as well, which is going to be very cool. It'd be very nice to see all those finally get finished and released. I'd like to see more, maybe at some point. But right now, these are the ones that they have right now. And this is the main Infantry Soldier. And it is a deluxe figure, as you can tell, because it comes with a lot of stuff, and it is a very big box. This is one of the bigger boxes I've seen for the classified line. And it kind of resembles the original classified boxes. Like, for instance, here's the Crimson Guard figure that I just got as well. It looks just like the original ones, which is funny because that style of box is null and void now. It's dead. We don't have those boxes anymore. We have the windowless ones, and then we had those, and now we have the new design. There was like 4 designs this year, which is absurd. And even they say it's absurd. But on the side here, there's, of course, the QR code, which you scan will take you to the Hasbro website. On the back here, it's a really nice product shot of the Infantry Soldier as well as all the accessories and everything that comes with it. Action Soldier Infantry, so on and so forth. Don't put it in your mouth. And then a really nice illustration on the side of the figure itself. And it looks really cool. It's a really cool looking figure. It doesn't have any of the numbering that a classified figure would have because it's technically not part of the numbered line. And it also doesn't have like the 4 symbols or whatever that you can use to figure out what it does or whatever on the website and so on and so forth, which I think is fine. Makes sense. Again, it's not a part of the classified line, so I don't know why it would. But yeah, box is nice. Figure is really cool. I want to get it open, so let's look at it. And here we have the Infantry Soldier out of the packaging, and this is a really good figure. First of all, I just want to say it's really solid. I really like him. This is, of course, a homage to the original, very first Joe, the Infantry Soldier, which came out in 1964. And it is it's actually fairly close to the original one in terms of, I guess, modernization. The original Infantry Soldier was just your standard regular soldier, kind of nameless and faceless, so you could put your own name to him. He could have been Joe, he could have been anything else. But this is a really good modernization of that, with some problems that I will talk about here soon. But I think just visually, this cuts a really nice figure. This looks really solid. You place him next to any other regular Joes, he's going to stand out a little bit because he's a lot less unique. He's more your regular soldier. This is the type of guy I could see. Like, I wouldn't army build G.I. Joe because in my mind they're all unique. But if I could, these are the ones that I would army build. Like these specific, the 60th anniversary ones, because they are interchangeable. They are the one-on-one, the man-to-man soldier. That's what they are, and I think that's really cool. That although we don't have the 12-inch line anymore, that's not a thing that people really collect anymore unless you're a hardcore collector. I think it's really cool that the classified line homaged that and made a whole new wave of it. And obviously there's the Scuba Soldier, and then there is the Marine one, and then I believe there's an Air Force one that is going to be coming out at some point this year. We'll probably see it next month during Yojo June, which I can't wait to see what that looks like. I feel like the Marine one, maybe we can get even a Navy one, because the Navy one would probably look really good next to Shipwreck and Torpedo and stuff like that. But he looks really solid. And taking him off of the spinning base here real quick and removing his accessories, at least most of them, this figure is mostly all reuse. I just want to say this is almost an entirely reused figure. Starting from bottom to top, these are Rock and Roll's legs, as well as his thigh pouches, like the thigh holster and the thigh pouch here. The torso and arms, as well as the hands, are from Stalker, but repainted. The belt here is also from Rock and Roll, and the plate carrier here is unique to this one because we haven't seen it before, but it is being reused in Doc later this year. So this is largely a reuse figure, which I don't think is very bad. I don't have a problem with that because, again, those molds are really good, as well as that fact that this is a kind of just generic soldier. So I think having him look like a generic soldier who maybe is just wearing generic army fatigues works super well. Looking at him a little closer here, there's some really nice camo. It's not digicam, it's more of a classic camouflage, and I think that looks better. Digicam, in my opinion, doesn't look very good, so this looks better. Again, this is the rock and roll legs, which are very nice. The stalker torso and hands, everything look really good. The head sculpt is new. That is the new head sculpt, new balaclava head sculpt, and I think it looks really cool. All these pouches, by the way, are removable, so you can either modular, so you can put them anywhere you want. But this is the setup that I have them at right now. You can mix and match everything, but I like having this on here because you have the Joe logo slapped around the chest. I think it's really nice. On the back here, big one here with like a zipper, and there is of course the walkie-talkie that came with rock and roll. Not a lot of paint on that, but that's fine. I don't think it needs to. I like the fact that this came with a walkie-talkie though, because only rock and roll had one, and it felt kind of weird for just him to have one and nobody else. I like all the little accessories that it comes with. I like the fact that it has like a lot of more utility as opposed to like pure weaponry. And I think that works really well here. This figure looks super good. It really does. My main problems with it are the weapons and so the weapon choices, but this figure himself, I think they nailed it. I think it's really, really good. It really stands out to me as one of the better figures in the wave. Just the line, I suppose, which is great. I'm really glad it is. And like I said, I can't wait to see what the next ones look like. The scuba one looks really good. But yeah, no, he really just is super solid. I love this plate carrier. I would love to get more of these. I would love to just get these by themselves and put them on, Duke and Grunt and whoever else. And one thing that I think is really cool here is that this figure is interchangeable. He has an interchangeable set of head and hands. Oh boy, that took some doing. That head did not want to pop in. It has an alternate set of head and hands, which allows you to make Joe with a darker skin color, which I think is really cool because for a number of reasons. One of them being that it lends to a lot of army building potential if you have multiple different skin tones, so you can really mix and match and kind of do whatever you want with Joe. You can have a rich battalion of different types of Joes, and it also lends better to the idea that this is the everyman, that this is every Joe, because you can have them of all different colors and creeds, and I think that works really well for the line, for this to be, like I said, the Joe, the regular GI Joe, that this is multiracial, multicolor, and anything that works really well, and I think it's really cool they included that. I would have liked to see more heads. You could even included all different types of skin colors and like darker and lighter and everything. That would have been very cool to see. But I get why it's just the two, because there already are a lot of accessories in here. Which, speaking of looking at those accessories, oh Lord, where do I even start with this? There's so much to this figure, so many accessories. I guess we'll start with what's in front. It of course comes with a generic classified stand, which is the same exact one that you've seen in the retro carded ones, except it's in a different. It's in a brown, which is a nice color, help differentiate it from the regular classified line. Very standard. We all know what this is. There is of course a belt of ammunition, which is used for the Madeus back there, which we'll get to shortly. Very nice, different one than all the ones from the other ones that we've seen, like from the Vamp and Rock and Roll and so forth. A little bit. There we go. But yeah, normal stuff. There are, of course, all of the loads of pouches that this came with for the plate carrier. There's, of course, this one right here, which is there's a Ziploc, not Ziploc, but there's a zipper here on the top here, which probably has some medical supplies or something, and it just dropped off. It's gone, carpet ate it. Who knows where that went? Besides that one, there's this one right here, which also has a little zipper on it. Very small. The detailing on this is very impressive for something that is very tiny, and you probably won't even notice. I like the fact that they are removable. You can take them off, though, because you can just have them holding them, opening something up, looking through it, getting some gauze or bandages, anything like that. A lot of opportunities for photography and stuff and so forth. There is this very cool one that, of course, has the G.I. Joe logo on it, which is a really nice touch. I like that a lot. There's this one right here, which is largely the same as the other ones, except another logo on it. This is a series of two openable top pouches and stuff, probably little papers or whatever in there. And then there's this very small one, which probably will get lost very easily if you don't use it right, which is the single pouch. And I think that's cool and all, but it looks a little weird because it's kind of hard to find a good place for it. But besides that, there is the two different hood options for when he's wearing the poncho or not. Doesn't have to be in the poncho. But one is hood down, hood up. Nice touch. I appreciate that. It honestly reminds me of the how in the Action Man, but the original Joe, you could get accessory packs, and one of them was a poncho. And I think that's really cool that they included this in here. This is almost like if the original figure, like when you got it, it came with all the accessory packs just pre-built into it. I think it's really cool. There is a set of dog tags, which I really like. I wish more of the Joes included. I wish Duke came with these. I like the inclusion of the dog tags. That's a really nice touch, and it's a very malleable plastic. It's not going to break or anything. It's not brittle. I was actually surprised by how soft it is. I'm more worried that I'm going to bend it than anything else. But it's really nice that they included those, and I will definitely be putting those on my Soldier, or maybe even some other generic Joes, maybe even Grunt. It looks really good. I like that a lot. And there is his helmet here, which is the same one that Grunt came with. This is where all the reuse starts, by the way. This helmet right here, this is the same one that Grunt came with. I know I just got him. I haven't filmed a review for him yet, but I will be soon. This same one that Grunt has, yes. And this backpack right here is Outback's backpack. It's the exact same one. Now, I have a problem with this. This is a cool backpack. It is nice that there are spaces here for the weapons. However, getting this gun right here, this is the gun that came with Big Ben. I don't like this for this show, first of all. And second of all, it doesn't hold onto this backpack. It just slides out. So having this specific backpack, it feels kind of pointless because it has these giant jutting out accessories that are supposed to be used to hold weapons, and they don't. They don't hold the weapons in there at all. Enough of that backpack. Looking at this weapon here, this is based off of, I believe, a French gun. First of all, bad choice for a very American soldier. We know it's American because he has a giant American flag on his side. Very American soldier. It has a double barrel right here, which is cool, I guess, but it doesn't fit for this Joe. This is the one that came with Big Ben, now in a browner color. I think actually the color works really well. The mold itself looks really nice. It's a very well molded gun. It just doesn't make sense for this Joe. And I don't really like it that much for that. I would have preferred if they just given him one of the standard M16s that came with either the Crimson Guard or the Scarlet and Grunt. I would have preferred that, honestly, than this. But, you know, we'll make do. I'll probably give the one that came with Scarlet to him, simply because it looks better on him. There is right here this pistol, which, by the way, is Rock and Roll's pistol. However, there's a problem. If we take one of these spare hands here that came with the figure, this is actually Stalker's hand. This is the same mold that Stalker used. The issue with these hands, however, is they are very, very hard, and it's hard to put any accessories in them. You have to really pry it open in order to even get anything in here. I've had this problem with this figure since I got it. It's a really good figure, but it's really hard to get the hands in there. And when you do even get the trigger figure in there, you can start to see that the plastic is warping and it's starting to strain the plastic, and you don't want that. So having this gun in here was a bad choice. I really feel like they should have just given it some extra thought on the hands, maybe even given the ones that came with Rock and Roll, because those hands are better. That really is probably my biggest issue, is the fact that those hands really are very, very hard in order to get things in there. There is, of course, the walkie-talkie, which we looked at earlier, and we looked at extensively in my Rock and Roll review. It's just a standard walkie-talkie. It looks really nice. I guess more like a portable radio phone, sort of sat phone situation, and that's cool and all. This is the gun, the LMG that came with Big Ben. This makes sense, in my mind at least, more than Big Ben. Like it's a large heavy machine gun, and we know that this guy is a heavy machine gunner, simply the fact that he comes with this. So having him hold that makes sense. It's a very nice, it has a nice bipod that comes out. You can maneuver it and so forth, and you can lock it back into place if you want. It has, of course, the removable magazine. Not magazine, it's a box magazine, more specifically. And you can just slide that back on there, hide it back in there, which is really nice. It's a good weapon choice. I actually like that one a lot. That one actually works really well. There is right here, which is really cool, this poncho, which is a cloth poncho. It's weird to see such nice cloth material in a modern toy line, because usually when we get cloth capes and clothing and stuff for toys like this, it's that texture that came with the Jedi robes, which they're really thick and they don't lay properly. This is not that case. This is a very thin material, so it lays really nicely on the plastic figures and it scales really well for it. And even it has a little openable pouch which you can put something in. I don't know what you put in there, but that's just a really nice touch. And as well as the texturing on here looks really nice. The camo works really well. This is just a really cool accessory that I'm really glad they included, simply because it works really well. The reason that a lot of people actually bought this figure to begin with is this. It is Mondoose. It is the large, heavy 50 caliber machine gun, and it is really, really good. I really do like it. It's really cool that they included it. Bringing it in here real quick. This is the same one that came with the Vamp. This is the same one that, yeah, that I like say came with the Vamp, that will be coming with the Tiger Force rock and roll, not rock and roll, roadblock as well. And it looks really good. This is a really nice looking one. You can see, you know, the handles here and everything, the pull the handle back and everything, large barrel, and it has right here, which is I think exclusive to this one, is this stand which you can use to put onto the right there and lay it flat, so you can have them lay behind it, you know, firing stuff, so on and so forth, like laying on the ground and everything. That's a really nice touch. It is a little low. It lays a little low. I wish there was an option to, you know, maybe resize if there's like a hinge right here. I thought there was going to be, but there's not. If there's like a hinge here, so you just like lift it up a little bit, but I get why not. And there are these two handles for it. This one is the standard one that it comes with, and you just slide it in like this, and you know, it's the standard where you're holding it two-handed from behind like this. But you can remove that, and you can put this trigger hand in here into the barrel, so that way you can have someone holding it and firing. Now, I feel like it's supposed to go like this, but it doesn't sit flush when you do that, so you have to point it down like this and hold it like that. And it's really cool that they included that. This weapon really came out super well. It looks really nice. I don't know if I'm going to keep, you know, this guy using it. I might give it to somebody else. If I get a roadblock, if I give it to him. But like, it's really, really cool. It's really nice that they included that. I'm really glad that they did. That is a really fun weapon choice that they included that with that as well. I really like that. Now, as for size comparison, here is the soldier next to Duke. They look really nice together. Duke, this figure, I love this figure. It's really good. But man, it stands out big time when you put it next to the super modern Joe. It's really funny the way that they look together. Here he is next to one of my more recent reviews. Actually, I think my most recent review of Airborne. They look really good together. This Airborne is a lot more modern than that Duke, so he blends in a little better. He doesn't look quite as out of place next to him. And this is the weapon I was talking about that I might give to him. I think that probably will look pretty good on him. It actually blends in color-wise very well. I wish that you could take the nods from that and put it onto the helmet that he came with, but you can't. The hole's not deep enough, which is a shame. I might try and trim a hole in it, see if that'll work. But yeah, this is how they look together. Here's a figure that I have not reviewed, which is a Crimson Guard. I just got it. I really like this figure a lot. Let me know if you want to see a review for this. And this is a very old figure now, but I really like it, and I love the Crimson Guard and love to talk about it. So yeah, let me know if you want to see a video for that. They look really nice together. Here he is next to a fellow nameless Grunt. Grunt! This is, of course, Robert E. Graves. I have not done a review for him yet. I just got him, but this will probably be my next review. I really like this Grunt as well. Spoilers, it's a really fun figure. So yeah, they all look really good. I really want to see about maybe swapping the neck and head out for that on each one to see how they look together, because it's the same body mold, so you really could swap them in and out. So I was wondering if that might look good if, swapping the torso around, maybe going for that old, tan Grunt figure that they released back in the 80s. Yeah, look really nice together. So yeah, there is the Infantry soldier, and he is really good. I mean, I like I said, I have some issues with him, obviously, but he really is a standout figure. I mean, he really is great. If you can get one, do get him. If nothing else, for the fact that it is a respectable homage to the original toy line from 1964, which the toy line is 60 years old now, which that is wild to think about, that this is a 60-year-old toy line and it's still going, and it's doing better than it has been in a very long time. And I think that's really great. I'm really glad that G.I. Joe is kind of in this renaissance of a new toy line. There's that Snake Eyes video game coming out. There's that side-scrolling beat 'em up coming out. There's going to be a new movie crossover with Transformers. The comics are killing it. This toy line is amazing. And next month we have Yojo June, and I can't wait to see what we get revealed from that. Fingers crossed for a Rattler. I would love to see it. So yeah, thank you so very much for sticking to the end of this. If you like this video, please like, comment, subscribe, everything that needs to be done in order for me to keep doing these videos that I love to make. And do yourself a favor, join the Discord server. You can follow me on Instagram and post images of all the various pictures that I take in these videos. And you can follow me on Twitter if you want. I'm not active on there, so I guess if you want to see me occasionally rant about movies, you can go on there. But yeah, thank you so very much, and I will see you next time. Yo, Joe. And happy birthday to me.